Is life starting to feel a little bit ordinary? The same routine, day after day? Well, you can change all that. Make a mini top hat and wear it to work. Now that's anything but ordinary. To make this top hat, you will need craft foam, hairdryer, a pattern, contact cement, rubber gloves, scissors, a sharp knife, spoon, 2-part epoxy, and a monkey. Carefully cut out the pattern just on the outside of the black line, and then trace the pattern onto the foam, making sure to mark the center line of the brim and top, as well as marking the top on the 10 smaller pattern pieces. Now cut the foam, keeping the knife blade in the center of the line. There isn't much room for error, so it's important that you cut and mark accurately. Before I start gluing this time, I've gotten a little smarter, and I'm putting gloves on. Keeps that nasty business off your fingers, and we don't like nasty business. Grab your contact cement and apply it to the long edge of the rectangular-ish pieces. When the contact cement is no longer tacky, push the pieces together, starting by lining up both ends and ending in the center. Repeat with all 10 pieces until it looks a little bit like a lampshade. A mini lampshade. Now, with your thumbs, stretch along each glue line from the center out to the edges. This is going to round off those panels. Alright, that's done. Now grab a spoon with a nice flat handle and use that to make a groove all around the brim of the hat. We're going to use this groove to create a nice turned over edge on the brim. Go over it a couple of times to make sure that groove is really deep. Glue it up, and once that glue is no longer tacky, you can fold it over. It can be really tricky to get a nice even brim, so make sure you've practiced on some scrap before you do it on your real hat. Great! Now you can glue the brim to the rest of the hat, making sure to line up the center of one of the panels on the front and the back with the center line on the brim. Then work your way around the rest of the hat. Now glue the top on, again lining up the front and back before going around the edges. And please go outside when you're using contact cement, it's stinky and bad for you. The only reason I'm doing it inside here is so I can film it properly. Okay, heat up the brim and give it a nice curve. Grab your monkey. Does it look good? If it looks good on a monkey, you know it's going to look great on you. Okay, glue on some hair clips. For a bit of fun, I'm going to add a keyhole to the front, which is kind of cool because you can put something that glows in the hat and then you have a glowing keyhole hat. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. Make some epoxy rivets, put on some extra details, paint it brown, grab your rub and buff, and go crazy. For more details on that, check out how to make a steampunk top hat. So you know what I love about mini top hats? They're mini. So you can fit heaps of them in little tiny box. As usual, there's a pattern link next to me here. You can click on that, support me, buy a pattern, make some top hats, be awesome. With that pattern link, I've included the standard top hat. Plus I've also made a pattern for a shorter top hat if you're into sort of more short top hats kind of thing, then that's your deal. I hope you had fun making your top hat. I had fun making the video about making the top hat.